Baby Blue Ice, Baby Blue Ice, Bo Carolyn, Linda, Erica, Bo, Blue Ice, Baby Blue Ice for short. Written by Neuralink Light Phone Financial Digital Securities Technologies by Avery Wolinsky Christ, God incarnate, Messiah, Son of the Ruler of the Universe and the Holiest King, Caroline Sire, Robert Joe Wolinsky, character, and Avery Christ. Medical doctorate in technology, PhD, tri-PhD, nuclear cell biology, nuclear materials science, financial economics, mathematics, mathematician, CFA, Chief Financial Supreme Court Justice of the United States Republic of America, Financial Supreme Court, McKinsey. When in the course of human events there exists some way to bring life back with which it came, similar to itself, holding all rational thoughts it has ever had in existence, the eon wave flux of 1304 light-year lightning bolt, electron volt, lightning bolts of electron spaced over 1304 light years is the equivalent energy level delivered over 2.5 seconds, sometime between the 9.5 to 10.5 week mark in pregnancy. The eon Aeternale period creates soul point at the moment when the body has created the first primary cell, responsible for sorting between long-term and short-term memory. At the moment that the cell is created and the very first neuron forms, the first neuron erupts with this electron volt lightning bolt to your head, while the fetus, your new body, exists inside of a temporal flux that has always existed, since the energy of the eon wave flux is such that the value measured in terms of megawatts is equivalent to nearly 100 years of modern electrical power output, without listing a value on that. The measurement of eon wave flux was measured by observing a baby born from time of inception to observing the eon wave flux we knew we could measure as positronic energy, such that we conclude that the human body is intended to live forever, or at least be able to, through conscious spirit, retain most of its feelings of self, who it is, and who it wants to become, stays about equal to itself throughout the conclusion of the use of Bo, Carolyn, Linda, Erica, Bo, Blue Ice. The blue crystal that creates the process of resurrection, not reincarnation, is well understood to be produced by an age 27-year-old male with an age 25-year-old female. Body is the result of teleporting in space around a recently deceased person, such that at the moment of death, that person may be teleported around blue ice and resurrected and given a new body. This new body has 0.03% dissimilarity due to placeholders in existence, as the baby blue ice acts as a dotted placeholder throughout your body in all DNA chain, and therefore is only 99.7% similar by DNA to the body you have afterward. And upon review of a recent 75-year-old heart attack victim was given a new body and remembered who he was, apparently by name, and was able to recall his visions of life beyond 27, as he was 75 at the time of his passing. And so he touched all the corners of the universe with 65,000 pounds of replicated baby blue ice, which is a positron recently discovered by CERN, known as Wolinsky Positron, and along with it 2,998 other periodic elements known to be in existence throughout the universe. That the one of these positrons has the property of reincarnation and resurrection, that when reincarnation is a simple transfer of the space bubble around a person at the moment of death, merely needs to be teleported at great cost in order to save the person. Now what happens is, at the touch of baby blue ice, the crying of the DNA is heard and proceed to be in pain. At the moment of death, baby blue ice reacts with the DNA left over in the soul of each person at soul point, measured as a 1304 lightning bolt, 1304 light year long. That is an electron that is 1304 light years wide, and electron thick is how much energy there is at soul point. That at the baby blue ice point, we are using a teleporter at the moment of your death to teleport your body around a property of a chemical to reinduce life, provided there is adequate DNA to detect. And what we know is what we resurrected 1.1 million individuals and sent them to inhabit a place that is of ape at 1 parsec, 1 light year beyond the Kalium galaxy. 1.1 individuals were scanned and compressed at soul point. Baby blue ice point occurs, and their eon wave tentacle, that is the part of the human mind which perceives reality in its mortal body, gets a chance to reincarnate by combining simply with the DNA of the soul born at soul point. That we now know the DNA of the soul is contained in your soul, and therefore is being now used to reinduce life in post-born Americans primarily. That the banishment of these 1.1 million resurrected human beings beyond Kalium galaxy is where we're at with being able to provide life forever. And I now know where my deceased mother is, so we'll leave it at that. And she is the first person to ever be resurrected and reunited on another planet with people from her own family, with past human lives, receiving their post-born bodies from baby blue ice, known as Bo, Carolyn, Linda, Erica. Blue ice is a simple blue crystalline sulfate magnetite solid that reacts with floating DNA molecules, such as those who are post-born. So realizing that the bodies have only left themselves, that we've detected only 4 times does this ever occur for any person not on this earth, because now we can control what happens to you in the afterlife. And in the afterlife, no, you will still be judged on what you have already done. That does not change. So do not kill, but please heed wholeheartedly and forcefully, and always work to improve your situation. Because this paper is so short, I'm going to let these findings proceed to be my last extra credit assignment at JHU, finishing with a 102% major and 99% academic for an A+. Thank you to the faculty at JHU for letting me share my work in the past 3 years, and I expect beyond more dissertation on the subject to let this be an adequately prepared preconceived paper, that what we found were my own observations and even pig humans in the DNA chain. So seeing what we found were my own observations and even pig humans are in the DNA chain. So seeing them resurrected, some of these humans improperly prompting the pig human god to show up. And so with what that said, that the existence of her soul and the fact we took out to 400 light years in the circumference of Earth to teleport all matter into blue ice resulted in the resurrection of 1.1 million people sent to another galaxy beyond Kalium, 1 parsec, 1 light year beyond. So you can probably look it up, which planet that is, but it is surrounded by apes, and one of the locations I believe will be available in the next 20 years. I'm hoping Einstein was in it. I'm told he was. But this should be the start of what we can expect in heaven from the U.S. government in its Mayo Clinic experiments on resurrecting human life in partnership with CERN, Energy Farmers U.S. Partners, MLP, and Neuralink Light Phone Financial Digital Securities Technologies, also the Mayo Clinic. Avery Wolinsky, Christ is an MDT, tri-PhD, nuclear cell biologist, nuclear materials scientist, financial economist, mathematics, mathematician, and he is a direct descendant of Jesus Christ. In faith and axiology, New Methodism is the name I've chosen for Christianity. It's inclusive of the Christian that accepts particle physics and nuclear sciences, still can explain the process of religion in the way that we have in introducing baby blue ice with the names of my most significant lovers deriving your resurrection. So I'm hoping to be able to resurrect everyone in the order they die, but that is a tall order and could disturb financial institutions, which I'm not worried about. But we instituted a post-born American Rights Amendment, United States of America Presidential Confidential Executive Order to institute a rights compact for post-born Americans who have paid to be immortal. This concludes a paper of Baby Blue Ice. Thanks, guys. That's Baby Blue Ice. It's a blue crystalline solid that I postulated would be in the creation of the particle physics experiment known to create Higgs boson condensate material, and that is the experiment that produced the blue ice. We then replicated the 5 grams that we produced, and we have tens of thousands of pounds on it. When I say replicated, yes, I do mean we literally copied it and just kept copying it, and now we have a lot of it. But we have to be very careful. We were able to resurrect 1.1 million individuals and sent them to another planet, as described in the location. You'll just have to read the paper. 1 parsec beyond 1 light year beyond the Kalium galaxy. So it's ruled by apes. It's ours. And as far as I know, 1.1 million Americans primarily are there. So that is the process of reincarnation and resurrection. It's a resurrection. It's not a reincarnation. The reincarnation comes in your animation. It's not giving you a new life to live another one. It's giving you the exact same body as it was when it was 27 and 25 for females. And if you're born as a child under the age of 17, you're given your 13 or 14-year-old body. And I don't know when it takes to use the experiment to determine how this occurred, but we're using a teleporter. Basically, at the moment of your death, you're teleported into blue ice, and given your own body in a nation I hope you find satisfying. But it doesn't have electricity, and Einstein got there yesterday. So, good luck with that civilization wherever you go. But I'm trying to get it to where you can pay to be resurrected and stay with your own belongings on this planet. So we'll work out something for post-born Americans, as I said in the constitutional amendment. We're right for post-born Americanism. The New Methodist clause for nexiology is how this is discovered. Nexiological Methodism is nuclear physics for the Christian soul. So that's the whole point. Eon wave flux was measured as positronic energy of 1304 lightning-year lightning volt, light-year lightning volt, electron volt, 1304 light years long electron in 2.5 seconds is how much energy it takes to turn on the human soul, and we conclude that's enough energy to last forever in your soul and consciousness. So be wary. We measured out 400 light years from the circumference of Earth to be able to teleport and resurrect all of human beings who are in range, and we're assuming they're chosen by God because there's not as many as we expected to find, and that's a safe experiment. Thanks, guys.